Hey guys, this is James. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, my desk is getting even messier, but let's not mind that and let's get straight into today's video. So, as a double degree program student at HKUST, I actually attended four orientations, including the School of Business Management, the School of Engineering, Technology and Management DDP, as well as the Academy of Interdisciplinary Studies. So I'll be telling you guys my thoughts and experiences of all four of these orientations. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first things first, I had the engineering orientation. Now this was my first orientation. We basically went to a sports hall, as you can see right now, and we did some activities. So there were some icebreaker activities, and then everybody sat down. We did some like huge yoga ball throwing things where we had to get them from one side to another. And we were separated into 4 groups, meaning there were 4 checkpoints that we had to go to. I didn't actually film them on the day, but there were just 4 different lectures that we went to and listened to, I think, alumni or higher year level students talking about their own experiences and like startup companies, etc. As you can see on the screen right now, this was one of the checkpoints, one of the lecture theaters. I'm still not very familiar with the names of everything, but this one, as you can see, this is the School of Engineering Orientation Lecture Theatre, so that's pretty cool. We also got to taste some of the foods from the startup companies of HKUST alumni. I had the mocktail, which was actually pretty good. And again, we ended the day off with some more yoga ball things. So basically, for the first half of the day, we listened to some presentations, some lectures, and did some icebreaker activities. So that's pretty standard for an orientation. Now, after the first half was finished, we got to eat lunch. And after we attended that first half of the day, we could get lunch for free. And then we did some like more activities, just walking around, some problem solving stuff basically. But the main thing was, after everything was finished, as you can see, we played some Kahoot as well. But after everything was finished, you can see the people dressed in red. They are student mentors. And I found this session, I don't even know what the session was called, but basically we got to ask questions to our mentors. Now mentors are basically students in the same department, in this case all in the School of Engineering, and they were higher year level students. I had a lot of questions about enrollment and everything, and because this was my first orientation, I had no prior knowledge, so I took the opportunity to ask them some questions. I'm not gonna lie guys, that helped me out a ton. I was able to understand more about enrollment, and the path of like studying and course selection became much more clear. Alright, so now moving on to the School of Business Management orientation. This was considerably shorter than the engineering one, because engineering lasted like from the morning all the way to late afternoon, I think, because we also had lunch in between. But for the business one, I think it was only around like 12 to 2, like 2-3 hours maybe, which was still enough time, but the only activities that we did were in the student hall. But anyways, beginning off the day, we started by collecting our School of Business t-shirts, which was pretty cool. We lined up for that. And then we went into the sports hall, which was the same hall as the orientation for the School of Engineering. We listened to some concerts, which were very cool. There were actually a lot of performances in the business one, ranging from like singing, dancing, etc. We also did some Q&A sessions with a soccer ball. And that was mainly it for the business one. It was just a lot of presentations and performances and welcomes, but it was still pretty cool because the performances were actually pretty good. And I think we got to have lunch after, I'm not sure, I don't remember. But that's all for business. Now next was the DDP, the double degree program. Now this orientation is only for students taking the course I'm taking. We basically listened to a presentation, but this time it was actually in one of the lecture theaters. So we listened to that. They gave us a briefing on the information that we needed to know. And soon after, we went for lunch in a yum cha restaurant. And this was actually the highlight of the day. This was probably the best meal I've had yet since coming to Hong Kong, because I've only been eating at the student canteens. So this was like a full-on restaurant, and it was actually really good. So that was all for t&mddp. I'm pretty sure there was a campus tour after, but because I had already been here for like 2-3 weeks, I just went to my hall early to spend the time doing something more productive. And lastly, the Academy of Interdisciplinary Studies. This was my last orientation, held on the 31st of August. And basically this was the orientation for all of the students that did interdisciplinary studies. So again, lectures. Oh, I just wanted to mention how the lectures at HKUST are actually pretty interesting, because at HKUST they promote like interactive lectures. So every like 5 minutes they're gonna pull out some sort of activity via a QR code, and then you get to like participate. So that makes lectures more interactive overall. I didn't actually film that much this day, even though there were plenty of activities held. This was actually a pretty fun day as well, and I had so much fun that I completely forgot to film. But anyways, let me show you what I had lunch that day. They gave us a free coupon that I spent on a Subway, but then I proceeded to spend another 64 HKD on this as well. So I was really hungry that day and I ate a lot. Anyways guys, that's all for today's video, the 4 orientations at HKUST. I know this was a little bit of a different video, and bro, my hair is looking like a watermelon right now. I don't know, what is this? Anyways, that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. I actually have classes coming up very soon because university has already started, and videos about that coming soon. It was actually very, very eventful. So if you're interested in that, please stay tuned, and those videos will be out as soon as possible. Again, if you've watched my last video, I said I was going to be more academic oriented, which is why the videos are going to be coming out a bit slower. But also stay tuned for study with me videos as well, so we can, you know, study together as university, high school students, wherever you are from in the world. But that's that, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya!